What's good, guys? We are 9 months post hair transplant, officially in the fun stage of the hair journey where we get to see all the results and everything we've been waiting for. The hair is looking spectacular. If you went to my 6-month update, I would highly recommend going and watch that. I talked about how happy I was with the results and how to set realistic expectations. I did not expect this much growth between month 6 and month 9. Now, everybody falls on a different timeline. Some people get great results 6 month, 7 month, 12 month. I assume I'm going to get more results here in the next couple months, but right now I couldn't be happier. I mean, the hair is looked better now than it did 7 years ago when I ended up shaving my head and not having hair for a couple of years. But long story short, I got a hair transplant with Dr. Parsa Mohibi in North LA. We did 4,126 grafts and they were dispersed everywhere on my scalp. We put more up front along the hairline for more density, along the edge for more density, and in the crown. And we created this illusion of density with coverage. And there's a difference between coverage and density, kind of what I talked about in the last video. So right now I'm gonna bring you guys into the bathroom and kind of show you guys what my hair is looking like so you can get a more realistic expectation of what to expect from hair transplants depending on where you go, what kind of surgery you get, and how many grafts you get. All right, so here's a close-up of the hair. It's not brushed right now, so it's a little messy, but this is what it looks like. I have a direct light on me to the left here, and I have a light to my right, plus some overhead lighting. So this is gonna be like a very bright environment that can really show you guys what this looks like. You can really see natural hairs and transplanted hairs blending in. Got single grafts up front, so it's not looking pluggy. Blending in with some other native hairs that we already had there. Hairline that blends in with the temples, so it's gonna look more natural when we do it that way. As we work our way back through the hairline, strip of hair where it was most dense, right? So you can kind of see, if I really pick this apart, I'll try to like show you guys kind of less dense hair is, but it's really hard to do. Obviously, if I pulled it apart here, you guys can see it better. But you can see the donor area. I don't really feel like a crazy difference through the areas where they pulled the hair out. Now the sides and the back are more dense than the top of my head, but the feeling of running your hands through the top versus the sides, it's just a little less dense on top than it is on the sides, but overall, there's not much difference. I guess if I plan to go back and get another hair transplant, I would possibly fill in some temples here on the sides, just structure them a little bit better. Probably fill in the crown a little bit more. I'd even slightly lower the hairline if I wanted to get picky. But overall, I mean, for a one and done 4,126 grafts, I think it looks really, really good, and I'm happy with the result. Ultimate test of how bad my hair actually looks, besides it getting wet, which I'll show you guys in a second. We have direct downlighting from the sun right now. So this is what it looks like. Hairline. I'm just gonna part it. If we take down the front, what are we looking like here? I don't know, man. There's just so much length. Now, obviously, there's some diffuse thinning. My hair was already thin before. It was basically bald like 2 years ago. So to have this much hair on my head, even with some light scalps showage, you know, it's pretty good. And there's some cool things you can do outside. Like, I know a lot of people use fibers and stuff like that. That's perfectly fine. I don't like how it sticks in my hair because I feel like I have to wash it out. Plus, I'm applying minoxidil every day, so I don't like using the fibers too much. But fibers work great for bright days like this. Swimming, or my hair is just wet out of the shower and it all gets wet at the same time, you really can't see much scalp. But if I sprayed my hair wet and combed it and spread it apart for you guys, that's what I'm gonna do. It doesn't look that good. So keep that in mind. Also, everybody, or most everyone I know, can see their scalp when their hair is wet. But I wanna do this so I can hopefully show you guys where the transplanted grafts are and where my native hairs are, and see if you guys can notice a difference. This is where it's gonna look the worst. I want it to look the worst. I want you guys to see all the great things about a hair transplant and how I looked before, and all the bad things. Context of how I looked before, right? I want it to be as realistic as possible because a lot of people like showing how great their result is, but a lot of people don't actually show behind the scenes what they hate about it. This is what my hair looks like wet. So if I bunch up all the hair together and I pull it apart, this is what my hair is looking like Like I said, there's context here, right? You can see the transplanted hairs, right? You can see where there's more density and where there's less. We're putting hairs where they belong to create the illusion of a full head of hair, not actually having a full head of hair. So that's what my hair is looking like right now, wet. But if I just simply went like this, and just boom, even the crown might be looking a little sparse here. I'm pulling it back or ripping it to shreds here. As it dries, it expands and it looks better. But the good, bad, and the ugly when my hair is wet, man, I'm not even mad about my hair being wet. I never thought my scalp would get covered again unless I was wearing a hat, getting a toupee, or doing the topics, which I've done all those, by the way. See how this strip is darker, and then we kind of go lighter through the back here, but do bigger graft versions, meaning the grafts have hair follicle counts of 2s, 3s, 4s, and the front grafts have singles, meaning they have one hair in the graft instead of 2s, 3s, 4s. He did a great job about being very specific on where grafts go, how many go where and why, to make sure I get the coverage I want. Even on medication, it'll stop the hair loss for the most part, but if I get off it at any point, you know, if I continue to bald, we have grafts to go back into for reinforcements if I want to go in and make some of those sections a little bit denser, even though right now I don't feel the need to. Overall, my hair is in a great state, and I'm loving how it's looking right now, so. Those are my results, and you guys can see in the bathroom outside, getting my hair wet, what it really looks like, and I'm so happy with those results. Like, yeah, it's not perfect, you know, my hair's not perfect. That's why I always tell people to make sure you start taking care of your hair as soon as possible. If you're going bald, you are realistically going to have to look into medical intervention, get on a hair loss protocol. I still take minoxidil once daily topically, and I take finasteride 1 milligram orally every single day to make sure I can stop the progression of hair loss, specifically my native hairs. I'm headed to a Norwood 6 to 7. I'm going almost completely bald on top of my scalp. And there's not enough transplanted hairs to cover your entire scalp. I mean, technically there is. Like, you can go in and get multiple surgeries. You could pull beard grafts, body hair, and just pull loads and loads of hair and put on top of your scalp, and you'll have a full head of hair. So you don't have to take anything. But that's going to be more grafts, more money, more surgeries, more scarring. The doctor you need to perform those can be insanely expensive. Mohebi, the one I went to, is a specialist and does beard grafts. He does insane cases. And he's expensive. And you'd have to get so many grafts. Like, you could be paying 30, 40K, 50K to get a bunch of hair on top of your head. If you guys have that much money, you want to get it done right, go to someone like that, right? But if we want to be realistic, let's get on a hair loss protocol. Seriously, talk to a dermatologist or your doctor. And then seriously consider getting on medication like finasteride or dutasteride. That's really going to help you guys out, keep your native hairs as a base. The goal is to have more hair. Then you would do everything you can to keep your native hairs on top of the transplanted hairs. It's going to make the surgery a lot more accurate. You're going to spend a lot less money on grafts. You're going to have more hair, which is the point of this whole thing. Managing my hair loss first, adding in the hair care, realizing that it's super easy to take care of your hair when it's already growing. Like, your hair just grows. It's super easy. And then the only thing I'm having issues with now that I have hair is styling it. Getting a haircut intimidates me. I don't know what style I want to go with. So that's like my next hurdle, essentially, is learning how to style my hair now that I have it. I've never really had this much hair, so I don't know how to style it. So that's what we're messing with now. I tried a couple slick backs, which look really good. I'm going to go get a haircut here soon. It's time for a trim. Also, it's good for split ends. It's going to look fuller because you're going to get more of a blunt hair, which is going to make it look thicker and fuller. It's not going to look all frizzy and wispy and thinner when it starts to fizz out. So getting a haircut's going to be huge. Also, when you taper down the sides, you're going to have more bulk up top. So we'll see what I want to do with the haircut. I definitely want to keep it longer. I like the longer style because I get to rock a flow, and I've never been able to rock long hair for a very long time because I've been losing my hair. So I'm happy to be just growing it out and having hair on my head. It's a really good feeling. Everyone says that, oh, it's so worth it. It's the thing to do. Like, I'm so happy I did it. And I totally agree with that. Like, it is so worth it. If it's done right, you're not going to regret it. You're going to have it for the rest of your life if you take care of it for the most part. And it definitely makes a difference. You know, it's brought back a little bit of my confidence, makes me feel better in public. It's like something I don't need to worry about. I get to style and have fun with my hair now, and it makes me feel like a completely different person. I get to almost dress up in a way. And as a man, that sounds stupid or whatever. you might think, okay? Having hair makes me feel a lot better about myself. So I'm happy that this is the result I've gotten and this is how it's looking. My hair now is literally almost good or as good as it was when I was 20. Now, that's not a realistic expectation. I don't think anybody should have that expectation going in to get a hair transplant. Just expect it to be as good as when you were a teenager or right before you started losing your hair. Having a proper protocol going into a hair transplant can really get you an insane result. I just want to get caught up on more of like the nerdy stuff about hair transplants. I would definitely go watch that, like how to get a natural hairline, the graft counts, what you should be looking for in a surgeon, all those things. And I'm truly just grateful for the support you guys show me online. When I started growing back my hair, I kind of got a lot of hate. You know, it just looked better shaved. You know, I shouldn't have had hair. I shouldn't have worked on it. I'm so glad that I had the supporters helping me out, but also I just followed my gut and did everything I can to see it through to the end and regret nothing to see if I can get my hair back, because it literally put me on a journey to not only build a platform and help other people out, but to get my sense of self back and my image back. Sounds really cheesy on camera, but holy crap, I feel and look like a person or a version that I would want to be, which makes me feel confident in myself. And seeing that I've accomplished something that I set out to do, that we were successful with, even though, you know, not all the natural stuff worked and I ended up getting surgery. It doesn't sound like a big of a deal as it is, but the confidence boost, guys, I get from it, the way I feel from getting it done, and the process has all been very overwhelming and a great feeling. Also, some big news. I've been working on a shampoo for over a year, which is a ketoconazole shampoo. Love how it feels with my thin and fine hair. Plus, you get the benefit from the ketoconazole blocking DHT topically, helping with any inflammation. It's like a good multi-tool for your scalp and hair health. I've also been working on a pharmacy formula that's also going to be coming out that I've been working on for a very long time. It's a shitty feeling to lose your hair. So working on it, keeping it, realizing it, taking action, and finding ways to keep your hair and look your best is a great feeling for me. This doesn't have to be complicated. It can be a little anxiety inducing, can mess with your emotions a little bit, get a little bit of hair dysmorphia, a little body dysmorphia. But let's not make it about that. If you want your hair, let's find ways to work on it. Let's find ways to get it back. And if it's too much, it's dragging on you in a negative way, and it's more positive just to let it go and not worry about that, yeah, let's do that. All in all, I just want you guys to find the right solution. Anyways, I hope this helped, and I'm so excited for what's to come in the future. Definitely some more videos coming your way. So I'll keep you guys posted. Love y'all. Peace.